Hey everyone, just a quick update, and maybe a little bit longer than normal, but it's hard to believe, but I had shared a while back a bunch of videos and such, actually about this time last year, of personal item. It was my house, flooding from Hurricane Helene, and as well as my son's, and then one of them burning as well. So you think about it, wow, a year has gone by, but with that, a year of adversity, of kind of making things bigger, better, stronger kind of thing. And I think there's a lot of parallels to where we are as a credit union as well. And I kind of think of maybe where we are with the core conversion as kind of going through that process ourselves, and just wanted to share some updates as it relates to this. So for those who don't remember or do remember, this was a house a year ago that is no more. And similarly, it's again my son's house and my house. The one of them is just a lot, as I just showed you, and then the other one is it's more than a foundation. It's a house with walls, but the strength is there, but it's not livable, I guess you'd say. So there is a bathroom, or I guess you'd say porta potty, but there's the house. And maybe I was just going to maybe take a walk in there and just share kind of some of the updates, because I think if you think of this past week, whether it's 9/11, whether the kind of Charlie Kirk assassination, our world is kind of really broken, and kind of a scary place in many ways. But what we really want to do as a cooperative, as a nonprofit, as a credit union, is really be a healthy place, a resource for our members. And that's what I love about the credit union industry, is that's what we're all about. And I think we're in a much, much stronger place now than a year ago. And kind of use the cement walls, the related, as kind of a metaphor for our core technology, our infrastructure, our diversity is so much stronger on so many different systems and processes. So let me find some shade and provide a quick update, and then maybe I'll give you a real quick tour. So that said, maybe we'll start with space. Well, let me start with the core conversion, actually. The core conversion, I've done probably a dozen core conversions myself as a Fiserv employee, as a financial institution employee, and it doesn't really get much better than what we had. Honestly, I know core conversions are brutal. There's a ton of work. It's a year plus process, but our core team, the conversion team, did an outstanding job, and everyone involved, everyone indirectly involved, did a phenomenal job. Core conversions don't get much better than what we had, and that's a huge thank you to everyone. There's a local bank that did a conversion about the same time as we did, and they are just really struggling today. Tons and tons of member impact, or customer impact in their case. And honestly, I think from, I've talked to some management there, they're no better off, maybe way worse off, both in the short term and long term, based on that new technology. So our team has done an awesome job, and I thank everyone. The board is very, very pleased, and they understand we have bumps and bruises, and we still have challenges, but we're getting bigger, better, stronger, faster. And like I said, really is about the foundation. This cement, these walls, that the bones are there, and we can now build on them. So really, really cool in that regard. So I have a ton of topics, so I'm going to just jump right in and go kind of as quick as I can, and maybe do a follow video on some of it. But let's start with facilities. Canton is coming along great. Still a lot of work to be done, but I think it really is embodying our strategic plan, our values as an organization, meaning a really healthy, transparent work environment that's really designed to bring joy and to meet different needs. And I just really excited about that. Lowell office coming right along as well. And of course, Burger King. Burger King remains in the permitting process, cautiously optimistic we'll have a permit in the next few weeks, and that would be wonderful. We can start construction on that. So, some big investments there. In terms of the core conversion and the merger, I guess maybe there's a connection there. Hopefully, you all received a $250 gift certificate from the board. That came from Community Credit Union, if you noticed, the little details. So our partner credit union, we're in the approval process for that, and that's really, really cool as well. So we're doing really well financially. Today we're a little over 3.4 billion, which is again another half a billion almost in growth. And not only that, we have earnings that are above budget. Now, I'm a little cautious because I know the conversion cost a lot of money. So hopefully we didn't blow our budget with that, but I'm cautiously optimistic that we still should be in good shape even after the core conversion expenses come through. So lots and lots of positive news. The merger will bring us, almost another 200 million in assets. So if we take 3.4 billion, add another 200 million to it, you're now talking 3.6, 3.7. So we're really getting in striking distance for 4 billion, and I am very confident we will have another celebration when we achieve that goal. In terms of other items, again, there's no shortage. I think one of the more important things that we're going to start doing is really having a committee, a team on member value and member experience. We held back on a lot of things with the old Miser system, either things that Miser didn't support or things that didn't make sense because they would take a year to do, and then we'd only have it for a year. So things like shared branching, things like early direct deposit, things like instant micro loans for members that have a relationship with us, tons and tons. So I think the reasons to bank with Rockland will just really mushroom, balloon up in so many ways over the next 12 to 24 months. So really excited about that. Some other things, multi-common bond. We were approved as a multi-common bond credit union. That's our new charter. We will likely, the board will likely adopt that charter in November. So that means basically it takes the handcuffs off. It really opens us up to serve a much diverse membership. No longer where you live will dictate whether you can become a member or not. So it's a huge positive. It has all kinds of positive consequences in serving not only broader geography but partnering with other groups. Maybe a great example of that is there's a university in Boston that wants to, very large, very prestigious, wants to partner with the credit union to have an exclusive relationship or be the credit union of that organization. Can't really do that as a community credit union. That is what multi-common bond is all about. So really excited there. Name, brand, I think coming out of the conversion, what we're really looking to do as an organization is become healthy, active, playful, joyful, so many different elements. I think our work environment, the facilities are going to do a great job to help with that. But I think also, naming and rebranding are really going to be critical elements. So we're really in the final stages of that. We have a little bit more work to do, but the idea that we're positioned in early 2026 to release it and start talking about it internally and probably in the coming weeks. So there's a ton to share there, but I think what I would say is that our culture, our values as a multi-billion-dollar cooperative will parallel our name and parallel our brand and products. I think, I mentioned member value. I think what we'll most likely do is review all of our products and services. And for members that have the current products, awesome, great. We'll keep you there, but we're going to offer, I guess the way I would call it, organic alternatives. And what I mean is, I'm not even sure the technical definition of organic, but sometimes when I'm at the store, I buy organic stuff, and I think it means, less toxins or pesticides or whatever it is. And I think the idea that our products, we want to have less toxins and pesticides. So I think reviewing our product, ask how we can offer more value. We can make a bigger difference, better rates, less fees, better experience. so much, so I think, kind of a refresh in terms of that, and only making things positive, only adding value for our members. So really cool. Another topic, probably really interesting, that was been kind of new to me, but for those of you that don't know, we have well over 4,000 boxes of paper in storage. And if we need to dig up a document, we need to call over, then we need to drive over, then we have to dig through one of these thousands of boxes, pull out that paper, bring it back, make a copy of it, and then do all that in reverse to bring it there again. Not exactly efficient, not exactly effective, certainly a terrible member experience. And what we are going to do is move to a paperless environment in all ways, shapes, or forms. Not only is it much more effective and a much better member experience, but it's also healthy. We're not having literally 4,000 plus boxes sitting in storage. So the idea, if a member needs a document, that we can immediately type up on the screen on our new imaging system and immediately retrieve it for them, send it to them via email. Hey, if we absolutely positively have to print something, we'll do it. But much better experience than taking multiple days to go retrieve a document. So another huge step forward, and that's there in the foundation. We just need to go invoke it. Other things, there's just so much right now. Strategic plan, fall season, strategic plan update. I don't see huge changes in our strategic plan. I think, our focus on modest means, diversifying, growth, healthy, I think those are all will stay. Maybe double down in some of it. And, so I think that's exciting. I think we'll maybe focus a little bit more on innovation. So, I think innovation could be added, and that could be in the form of QSOs, if these are credit union service organizations, or some other strategies. But I don't see dramatic changes. I see more affirmation and more effort being focused to make a difference for our members. Other topics, we have the annual meeting coming up in November. I think probably 2025 will be as similar to prior years, but I'm really hoping in 2026 we can broaden that and making it a more meaningful event for our members, maybe using some of our new facilities. So excited about that possibility. I'm just trying to look at other topics. I've gone really long as it is, but I guess maybe I'll just close with, in general, I think our work environment, given our world today, really just needs to be an oasis, a place where we can really have some fun, decompress, and work together in a healthy work environment. I think we have the foundations in place in order to do that. I'm kind of really, really excited about that. I think the positive momentum in the credit union has already been identified by our members with that Best Credit Union in Massachusetts award. I hate to see DCU knocked out of the top spot, but hey, if they're going to get knocked out of the top spot, I'm glad it was us that did it. And I think there was an element of me that was surprised, probably because I was head down in the conversion. But then, I started to think about going well, why should I be surprised? There's just so much great work being done and such a big effort for improvement. So, I guess it makes total sense. I am more confident for 2026 as our member value increases, our polish in terms of being able to operate the new core system is there. So tons and tons of great stuff. I am really excited to start playing offense, and I think that's maybe the big element that in our post-conversion world, I see a lot of offense, and that means new members, new asset growth, more loans, more deposits, and more other services, other ways that we can make an impact. Doing all that creates a lot of opportunity for growth, promotions, growing the organization. We are, I think, our biggest hiring group ever, coming on the 22nd. I don't even know the number, but it's, I think, well over 10 people starting on one day. So really exciting news as it relates to that. And I think we'll keep the ball rolling. So, thank you all for this way too long video. I promised you a quick tour in case I guess you already saw some elements, but I'll do a quick tour. Sorry for going so long, but if you're house people, this is the bathroom. This is the bedroom area. This is the family room area over there. This is the front steps, high up, so we hopefully don't have any more flooding. This is a really exciting place that you'll see more of in the future. This is an office, and this is the whole kitchen area. However, the best place out of everything really is, this giant deck area with the water views. So really cool. Giant deck is like maybe a third of the whole house, which is awesome. And so still remnants of the storm, but definitely some really cool views and water breeze and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully that makes sense to everyone, and maybe I'll do another video when we're a little further along. Not exactly living conditions, but I look forward to a day where we have a couch, maybe a refrigerator, that kind of thing. So enjoy your afternoon, and be well.